Hi everyone, welcome back to Loving the Journey. Thank you all for being willing to come back and watch my videos. I mentioned in my very first video, trying something new and challenging yourself. And I thought, what better time during this quarantine that we're experiencing as a result of COVID-19 than to challenge myself with something new. So my challenge is going to be gardening. For many years, I've wanted a garden, and I had an attempt at a garden about 5 or 6 years ago. But due to my love for traveling and not being home in the summer months, that garden, of course, perished without anyone to water the crops and to prune them. But that doesn't mean give up. So I'm going to take this time to tune into nature and start this garden from the ground up. I'm going to have to cultivate the land, plant everything. And by no means am I a green thumb, but I do have my father that's going to be helping me. He's had several successful gardens in the past, so he's going to be there to kind of guide me along the way and make sure that I'm doing everything that's supposed to be done. So with that being said, I'm going to do what my family says in New Orleans, and I am going to make groceries. So to begin, we had to go to the store and purchase all the items we needed to get started. It can get a little pricey, so begin somewhere that is comfortable for you, even if that means a bucket or container gardening, which is very popular. And it's also a great way if you want to start very small and try out just a few herbs and vegetables, or if you live in an apartment, container and bucket gardening can be very feasible for you. The first thing I purchased was a pair of gloves from the dollar store. They fit very snug, they're actually a really good quality, and of course they're reusable. So my suggestion and my advice to save where you can. The next thing I picked up in the store was a 2-gallon watering can. It's plastic, lightweight, and has a removable rose, which is the white part on the top of the spout. I have a water hose, but the watering can allows me to measure how much water I'm giving each plant, and it's a good workout when having to carry the watering can from the faucet to the actual garden. The next most important thing that we purchase is the gardening soil. We purchased the gardening soil in order to mix with the red dirt that we have here in Georgia. It's very firm and clay-like, so it's really stiff. It's always a good idea to have rich soil when planting a garden. The organic soil is supposed to produce more abundant vegetables and herbs with organic and natural ingredients. And who doesn't love a healthy organic garden with healthy organic food? We also bought Miracle-Gro plant food fertilizer that you can attach to a water hose when it's time to feed the herbs and vegetables. 7 was also purchased to dust the crops and keep the bugs away. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use the 7 just because I want to keep the vegetables organic as possible. But if I find that the insects are just attacking my plants too much, then I'll have to use it. And here's a challenge for you. Can you guess any of these plants? Take a moment and see if there's anything that you can identify by their leaves. I know off the top I can identify mint leaves and parsley. If not, I'll tell you. There's banana peppers, basil, bell peppers, cayenne, cucumber, jalapeno, lavender, lemon tree, mint, parsley, peppermint, rosemary, sage, sweet potato, thyme, yellow squash, and zucchini. I'm especially excited about the sweet potatoes because it's something that I really love, but also we're not able to see the progress on the surface, so it's going to be really exciting to see what they become once we're able to pull them up. So now we're back at home, and I had to go into the garage and pull out some lawn tools that we already had. So what I decided to use was a rake, a hoe, a shovel, and a plugger. The burgundy one is a post hole digger, but there was no need to use that one as I didn't have anything that big that needed to be planted. Upon some research, I learned that eggshells can be used as a fertilizer as they provide calcium to your garden. So what I did was each time I used eggs, I just rinsed them off really well, put them in an open air container, and just saved them for about 2 weeks to help them dry out. So here I'm just crunching up the eggs, preparing them to use as fertilizer for my garden. Before I actually got ready to use them, I just put them out in the sun, sprinkled them on this tray here, put them out in the sun just to make sure that they get really dry and really crunchy. so that when I got ready to put them on the plants, you know, they were very, very firm and they would be able to dissolve easily. My gardening area was initially covered by mulch, so I had to shovel all that mulch out and then kind of dig and plow to break up the dirt to make it easier for planting. Once all the dirt was broken down, I added 8 bags of organic all-purpose soil and 2 large bags of all-natural gardening soil. Here I'm just raking the all-purpose soil along with the organic gardening soil to combine it with the dirt that we have. And what I'm trying to accomplish is just a flat, even bed with mixed soil so that we can create the plugs in order to plant the actual vegetables. Here's my father showing me how to use a plugger. He's making each hole 3 to 4 inches deep to ensure the soil below is soft enough when the roots begin to grow. He is also spacing the holes 10 to 12 inches apart to allow more room for growth so that they can yield a bigger harvest. Next, he will demonstrate how to plant each vegetable and how to build the soil up around them. Now it's my turn. And here is the final product. Tomatoes with wire caging. A nice panoramic view of the entire garden. And my beautiful lemon tree that'll take about a year to grow. The beginning stages of the garden are complete. I hope you all enjoyed going through that little journey with me and were able to learn something, and hopefully you'll start your own garden. But if you don't, I do challenge you to come up with something new today to do during this quarantine. I asked specifically, what's going to be your new challenge? What are you going to challenge yourself to do, to overcome, or just experience during this time? Just take a moment and think about that. What can I do differently? What can I do that's new? What's something that I've always wanted to do but didn't do and now have plenty of time to do? Like I said, for me it was gardening, and I'm very excited to see the progress and to see where this actually goes. So with that being said, I encourage you again to try something new. Enjoy where life takes you next, because time is non-refundable. So use it all with intention. And until next time, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.